I've had a real problem with panic attacks a lot of my life, and the only way that I'm able to calm down and pull out of them is when someone reminds me to breathe. I feel like I've been a very, very anxious person for a lot of my life, but specifically regarding my biggest anxieties, especially flying, I get very, very bad panic attacks. I get very, very nauseous. I feel like there's a lump in my throat. I feel like I can't breathe. I get palpitations. I get like sweaty palms, and it is just highly, highly unpleasant. And anything that I could do to try and help myself either prevent that or shorten it when it happened was something that I wanted to do. And this was one way to help myself with that process. I got the word breathe tattooed on the inside of my left wrist, and it was something that I'd wanted to get done for quite a while. I've had a real problem with panic attacks a lot of my life, and the only way that I'm able to calm down and pull out of them is when someone reminds me to breathe and slow my breathing down and just focus on that. And I was going to be in a situation where I wouldn't have someone that would necessarily know that about me, and therefore I got a permanent reminder just to breathe. I sort of started second-guessing myself because of the pain that was associated with tattoos and the taboo that they are with getting work and things. But the fact of what it stood for outweighed all of those potential negatives. The fact that I would have a reminder to help myself calm down, the fact that I would have something to just help me through the difficult times and help me through my anxieties when there wasn't necessarily a person to be available as a support system was more significant and more important than any potential negatives of getting a tattoo. Having the tattoo is useful and it does help me. It's often difficult for me to calm myself down. It's almost like my anxiety gets in the, well, obviously my anxiety gets in the way of me calming down, but it's like my brain sort of switches off and tends to try and forget everything that I know about calming myself down when I feel very, very anxious. And I think the tablets are as much useful in a medical sense as they are in the placebo effect sense, in that as soon as you take one, you're like, okay, I'll eventually calm down, I'll be all right. And then I can sort of look at my tattoo and be like, okay, I'll breathe until I feel like I don't need to anymore.